press record, so now the VOD's going to be weird, but I press record now. It only missed me talking to Lana slightly, and no one actually watched the VODs anyway, so I highly doubt anyone cares. But just, yeah. Anyway. He just has our vibes, okay? Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is... the prosecution is... Shut up, Layman. I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? No. What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgewell's car. Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today, I will present evidence related to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait. Very well, the trial resumed. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. Lana? The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go. Oh no, that guy! I forgot. He's suspected for the murder in the police department. And then Lana's the murder in the parking lot. But both murders were the same guy dying in the same places at different times. I mean, at the same time. Which is physically impossible, because he couldn't have died. First of all, you can't die twice. I mean, you can if you, like, get resuscitated, but, like, you know what I mean. And also, you can't die twice at the same time in different places. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? It's the Meekins guy. Yes, sir. I am Officer Mike Meekins, sir. My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir. Dude, that is not your occupation. Oh my god. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I never call anyone sir again, sir. You wouldn't believe me, sir. Sir, is what you would call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Help me, sir. Officer Meekins? Yes, sir? Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. Yes, sir. As you wish. After all, I'm part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. I don't think he killed anyone. I don't think it was him. But, like... This guy told me, like, hey, what's your occupation? You're accused of murder. What's your occupation? Murderer. Like... You can't fault him for his lack of enthusiasm. Crime report, sir. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. So yeah, he saw Goodman. If you want to be murderer, you can, just like Meekins. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. After that, I passed out until another police officer smacked me awake. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you? Do unto others before they do unto you. Do unto two others. Oh, that's the most amusing sentence I've ever heard. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness? Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Okay, Meekins. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with, so we gotta press him. So true, yeah. If you want to be a murderer, you can be a murderer. Live your childhood dream, as they say in the Miraculous episode. I don't have issues. Let me just press everything. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yikes. Now that's a scary thought. Glad you got your maths homework done, Clayman. Evidence transfer was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. Really? That guy needed guarding? The Blue Badger? Yes, sir. The lovely police's mascot, created by the Chief of Detectives, sir. I know what the Blue Badger looks like! I don't need to see him again! That was my sole mission for the day, sir. That even has dementia, trust. I see, sounds like a very, important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room? Tell us, what did you see when you got there? Was just man. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here, around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? But it's... There it is, I found it. This is the one right there. Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir. It's 4989596. That's my number, sir. I see. Huh. The number 4989596 isn't on the sheet! Oh, it's been used twice. Never mind, I don't read. So close. It's been used twice. Okay, so... Oh, but... Okay, so... He went in... Then Bruce Goodman went in later, and then Mike Meekins went in again. But does it show people leaving and entering, or is it just entering? Please explain, witness. There's no real mystery, sir. The first time was when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. The second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see, so it was during that second time when... Yeah. Yes, sir, that was when I spotted the man on the security screen. Data added to ID card record. So true, that definitely explains why you killed him twice. So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir. A knife! Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you? What happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. Phoenix! Why are you being mean? I thought I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus. That's all the description. Struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be. When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. I fought for my life, then I did it. How could they bully me, Kims? What exactly do you mean when you say you did it? I wonder what he means. The guy got murdered. Hey, I did it. What does I did it mean? Did maybe he do it? Well, he thinks he did it, but I don't think he did it. But I know I don't look like the type, but I'm really into Kung Fu films, sir. Okay. The man is guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife. I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes. Like a man! So let me get this straight. You're fighting this guy with a knife, and you spin around to get the knife off of him, and then you close your eyes while this guy has been trying to stab you. It's like, yes. Wah! Like, I don't know if I'm understanding this, but yes, he does no wrong. See, he must have been desperate. The next thing I knew, his white cloak was drenched in a sea of my blood, and then the next thing I knew, yes, he punched me right in the face, sir. And then he got knocked out. About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that I was unconscious? Oh, right. I looked at a report from the officers that woke up the witness. It was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir. The Blue Badger, sir. Don't give unconscious people tea. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand. Bro has his priorities straight. Well, we can all rest easy now. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins? With regards to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Grant delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The Chief? The Chief Grant is the guy that I think looks like an owl. Delivered it? What is that? A videotape? It's gonna be like, video of Emma, no, not Emma, of Lana, viciously stabbing Goodman. Caught, gone wrong at 3 AM, but somehow she didn't do it. And you have to prove her innocence. It was all AI generated, actually, and she was actually backflipping in New Orleans. I don't know where I'm going with this sentence. Amy, you have issues. Jesus. They gained footage from the security camera in the evidence room. What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape. I was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. The only thing I'm really good at. Aww. Me when I give, Amy. Me when I give. Well, let's have a look. Here's a video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word, murder. But you introduced... We asked you your occupation, and you went murderer. It scares me. A video of a real murder? Just what we're getting ourselves into. It's gonna, like... This is such good, I didn't know Ace Attorney had bits where characters actually move. The Blue Badger. So Goodman looks in that evidence locker. He comes in with whatever that is. Oh yeah, the knife. Meekin! Oh, poor Meekins! Even if Meekins did kill the guy, like, it's self-defense! Huh? And then the body's gone. Huh. Interesting. Wait, no, what's the blood at the evidence room scene? It's just Meekin's blood, because, like, he got injured. And then Bruceman... But it all happened at the same time still! How did Bruceman get from fucking evidence room at that time to parking lot within, like, 2 seconds to go be murdered there? Like... I generally don't know what the answer is. Normally I have some kind of good suspicion or, like, gut feeling. Like, I'm pretty good at, like, just knowing, like, the mysteries in these kind of games, but I'm generally, like, so perplexed. Yeah, that is a valid, that's, like, an accurate representation of me. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? The Blue Badger. Sir, that was the pride and joy of the entire Criminal Affairs Department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir. Well, I'm not surprised this isn't going smoothly. Yes, well, anyway. This tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter someone in the evidence room and some sort of activity. Your Honour, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir, as you wish, sir. Mystery Man. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he did have the outfit. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. So how did his body teleport? The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. Okay, so basically what happened was someone cut off their finger. They sewed his finger. They sewed his finger into their finger. At that point, they should just steal the hand. But I'm not actually going anywhere to talk this. This is not an actual theory. Then with the finger, they like skipped along and opened the locker. Yes. And they also stole his outfit. This also happened. Trust. And yeah. That's not much of a statement. What's this about a fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be operated by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have had to be Detective Goodman. But his body wasn't there. His body was at the parking lot. That's 20 minutes away. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. Oh, this one I have to find contradictions. That's where I have to start. I'm still gonna press everything just so I have a clue of what I'm doing. Wait, actually, no. What evidence do I have first? I don't actually want to present it. I'm just trying to look. newer evidence I have. Jesus, how much evidence is there for this case? What the hell? Broken jaw. Evidence locker. The glove. That was involved in SL9. A screwdriver. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife? So, if you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face, I believe I would be classified as the latter? The latter? But you were standing right in front of him, were you not? More to the point, you are the person who fought him, aren't you? Oh yes, sir. But I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them. Aww. Hey, don't be mean to him! Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. Still, I'm sure it was him. I bet my badge on it. But there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is if you must label people with having seen or not seen. Why are you saying the exact same thing? Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or... Meekins. Eek! Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain when you testify. Yes, sir. You claim the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you are positive it was him. Eek! He opened the locker. The locker is his own house. So about these lockers, is there no other way to open them? No, sorry, I myself tried all kind of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir. And what kind of methods he tried? If the man that opened the locker's lock, which only responds to the registered fingerprint, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir. And this too. Undeniably. So true. How do you know that information? I've heard rumours, sir, from people in the know, sir. People in the know? The workers in the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir. Okay. For the record, the open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified that information through a more reliable source. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. That is true! They are just like me and you with all your love rambles, Flamin'. You know, your channel in Warm Up Club now, I've been mentally going to make a joke for like a while, I just haven't said it. I've been like, I can hear the tumbleweeds rolling through the channel now that you're not updating about Love Life. So, it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face. Sir? If I may say something, sir, please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is important to the case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. Yes, so someone stole his hand. You know, it happens to the best of us, you know, when you get your hand stolen. And it was his hands that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. The unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. Sorry. That is... unless the defense can find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check the court records again. Problem with security. Yes, there's a problem! Don't know what it is, but there's a problem. Behind the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Strange? This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such a contradiction? Yeah, it does. Interesting, Your Honour. I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I propose we have the defence point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. Well, yes, that is, so true. He would want me to point it out. Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of. I have to point out a problem in the video. We're gonna save. This is what I do to make sure I don't die in the in the trials. I just save. It's the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Take a good look at it and point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates this man may not be Detective Goodman? It's somewhere. It is somewhere. I meant to pause a little bit. His waistline. It's all wrong. No. I feel like I'm in a horror game with this, I can't lie. It's not like I can zoom in. I mean, like that. I don't know how I meant it, but I meant it as his waistline, not the same as Goodman's waistline. Although I don't know what Goodman's waistline is. Oh! Love fell out. Defying gravity. That's suspicious. But I don't know how that correlates to this not being Bruce Goodman. That's the glove that was in the SL9 incident. I can talk about any waistline that I want to talk about. Don't know why there's something put on an accent for that, but... Amy being a man liker, what the hell? Is that false? And he comes in. Everything seems normal about that. We don't ever see his face. Blue Badger, get out of the fucking way, bro. I feel like you would have seen his face. I mean, without context, it's almost just like they're snogging. So, like, I feel like that is you seeing the face. Like, if I rewind a little bit. Like, look, that's where his face is. And then we play for a bit. See, that's like right in the face. I don't even say that much regularly. I just felt the urge to say it in this context because that was funny. Sometimes you have the option to say the funnier word, so you say the funnier word. Like, I feel like he's got to have seen him. That is so real though. Okay, let's keep playing it. I feel like it looked at him several times. I don't want to talk about the thing that's canon in JavaScript at the ends. But yes, it is canon in Ace Attorney. I mean, have you seen the fruits in this game? Like, look, he's glaring. Like, how is he not seeing the face? The eyeline. His eyeballs are there. I still don't know which bit I meant to show though. And then he fucking vanishes somehow. Like, in thin air. Like, he would have gone past the camera if he'd escaped. And it's still open. Take that! Would have to be, this. Hold a second, I need to use my eye drops. Well, I don't get it. I get it! Now what do I do? Play the video again. There's gotta be something. It's 1.2 us. Oh, we don't lose health for getting the video wrong. I don't need a tutorial on how to do the video every time. Could be one of the bits where they're fighting. Where's the bit where he, like, looks at him? Generally, the flag though, it looked like a censored kiss in, like, some kid's cartoon. Like, how does he not? Can I, like, put my finger there and be like, take that! Take that! I'll be here a while. For real. Do. I don't see anything actually wrong with the video though. The glove. The glove's like the best thing I got. I don't know how the glove's incorrect, but... Take that! Has to be... yes, I saw these. Something seems unnatural about that. What could it mean? Objection! Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Wright, but you seem to have forgotten that the point of this exercise... The point? What are you looking for? Is one thing and one thing only. Something that indicates that the man may not be Detective Goodman. Oh yeah. Woo. I was walking into the defense's trap. I'll place him under arrest, sir. Meekins... Rats, I need to slow down and tackle these things one piece at a time. One piece? Play video again. So it's not the glove. Okay. I'll find it. Like the bit where he fucking vanishes? What is that kind of... I have definite evidence that it isn't him. But it was blood on his jacket. But also he said, Megan said that there was... said that there was blood on his jacket from when he slashed Megan's. He slashes him, the blood appears. Oh, is the blood there before? Okay, so this is when he gets the knife. Oh, by that point he's slashed, but is there blood on... I didn't mean to unpause. Is there blood on him before he slashes? It's basically what I'm trying to see. No. But there is not blood on him before he slashes. Don't worry, I was making a One Piece joke. I specifically pointed out the One Piece bit. I went, One Piece? In like that kind of tone. I don't know what I'm doing. Slashes him. And he vanishes into the freaking atmosphere. Like, how did he vanish is what I want to know. Like, not this. I don't know what I'm meant to be seeing. I don't know this long freaking thing. I mean, the fact that we don't see his face either. I didn't mean to press that. This is what happens when the game makes the backspace button, the pause button, backspace. Like, what is this? Like, what kind of control is that? The blue badger. I'm gonna start saving here instead and just loading the save file. So that I don't have to go through all that speech. It was this guy! Let's take that! No. Wait, I saved for a reason. I guess the bit where he opens the locker. No, I wanted to pause it. have to be this. Hold on a second, I need to make eye drops. I generally have no idea. This is a stupid game, and I do not like it. Wait. To me, this looks like a detective cloak that looks like the guy's thing, but I don't know why it looks like that. Okay, I didn't even mean to do that. I was hovering over it. I didn't even press E. No, I didn't even... I have to watch the video and look out for things. Where did he go? Wait, no. Circle back here. If I just press the obvious things, maybe Phoenix will make the point for me. Don't know what point I'm trying to make, but... The thing that's strange about this video would have to be, this. His waistline was not the answer. Unfortunately. It's not really the hardest Ace Attorney trial ever, I'm not gonna lie. Like... Okay, so he comes in. And he goes to the locker. Where did he get the knife from? Because it doesn't show him getting out the knife. But also the camera moves, so... He stabs at him. Then Meekins is on the floor. Don't see good movie at all. I still have no idea. Let's do all the bits where they're fighting. No. I don't know how bothered I can be with this. Like, I don't want to spend all day doing this. Okay, when does the guy appear? Here. Like, love falls out. Take that! No. This isn't even me figuring stuff out at this point, it's just trial and error. Oh wait, I can just load it. That's why I saved. I got it, 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 I got it. I was thinking, right. Okay, there's a cloth. There's a cloth in here, right? There's normally a cloth there, right? Like, if we go to the end of the video... I was one thing that I noticed, and I was like, huh, was that cloth always there? Because it like, could be his clothing. Like, see? No cloth. Stab, stab, slice, slice, beef in it. No cloth. Beef, 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 fight, fight, fight. Meekin's fucking dead. And now... there's a cloth. Take that! The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Yes, that is strange. Something slightly seems unnatural about that. What could it mean? Oh, you can tell me this isn't fucking relevant. I will beat you. How is a cloth, the rubber glove falling out of the thing? Okay, that's relevant. That's not relevant, I mean. This is a cloth. He could have it could have been a costume he put on to look like Goodman and then took it off and left. We need to perform the point of this exercise. What do you mean? How is that not relevant? Hi, okay, we're on the same case as we were last time and I'm having a mental breakdown. We're on the bonus trial with Lana and Emma and stuff, and yeah. We're only looking for, the thing we're looking for is one thing and one thing only. Something that indicates, how is the cloth in the locker not relevant? What do you mean? What do you mean? How is it not relevant? It's got to be relevant. I don't notice anything else that is... Maybe I didn't press on the right part of it. Maybe it is relevant. So true. Like, no cloth. And then there's a cloth. The cloth could be for the clothing. He could have put the clothing in the frickin' thing, but apparently that's not relevant. Despite the fact it suddenly appears out of frickin' nowhere. Like, what if I press it, like, here? Maybe it was sensitive. This, eye drops, no, I pressed on the right thing. So it's not relevant. How is it not relevant? I thought it was onto something. Well, guys, now I have no clue. I guess I just watch the video again and see if I notice anything else strange. Like, how is that not it? The answer to that arcade is both. I'm both onto something and on something. Not actually. I'm having such a great time. Average Ace Attorney crash out. I mean, it's almost to the point where I've started lecturing my Pearl Blusher yet. That did happen on one of my Ace Attorney streams. Yeah, I'm on carrots. Okay, does anything else change? I am looking. My eyes are wide open. Like, the cloth being there indicates that a third person came in or something. Like, how is that not? like her? How is that not relevant? Never had to look up before. The fact that there isn't a cough there. No, because it gave me a different piece of dialogue being like, yeah, that is strange, but it's not relevant. I generally have no clue. Yeah, well, you're arcade. I'm normally good at Ace Attorney. Maybe it's to do with the Blue Badger. Okay, Blue Badger has some plasters, some tape, not some plasters. The things I noticed that are different, but it's like, are they relevant? That's him. Blah blah. Oh. What does that say? I don't know how. I saw the words on that can that say B-A something, or P. It probably just says paint, right? I saw those words and I thought it said SL9. I feel uncooked, chat. You guys can't even see the paint can I'm looking at, but... anyway... no, the time all seems correct. The blood falls... The Blue Badger jitters. It gets, like, stuck.
Take that!
The answer is a bitch. I can't believe the bitch would do this. The mini pixels? I'm gonna mini pixel myself. What does that even mean? I'm gonna die and turn into mini pixels. Okay, see you, Bayman. Okay. Oh, there's a handprint. But that's always on the Blue Badger. Wait, what does the Blue Badger look like again? I'm just gonna Google what the Blue Badger looks like. There's always a handprint on Blue Badger, I think, actually. Blue Badger, Ace Attorney. No, there isn't always a handprint on the Blue Badger. I thought there was. No, there is. There is. I'm just blind. Good to know. Okay. The blob falls. He arrives. He turns around and stabs. He gets blood on his coat from Meekin's blood. Meekins is deceased on the floor. That's his ID badge. I feel like he always had that. Wait. Is there an ID badge there? I mean, I can't see it. Maybe?
Take that!
The thing that's strange about this video, eye drops. Fuck you. I mean, Flamey did put the answer for me in a server if I do feel like just... Because eventually I will just give up, because I don't feel like doing this all day, believe it or not. I want to see it to the Texan man. Like, I've noticed things that are different, just not the correct things. Okay. Maybe it is the badge and I pressed it wrong?
Take that!
Maybe, yeah. I don't care about your bloody eye drops. Go see an optician. I don't care about you stupid ass judge. You're like trim your beard or something. I'm not even pressing on the badger. The badger jitters a bit. Did they even point out the badger jittering? Oh, he did have the fucking badge. I'm analyzing, guys. Trust. Look at the little squares above the locker doors before Meekins pulls up. Okay, those squares were interesting to me before. I just want to do it before anyone shows up. I guess. Okay, the little squares of there. Huh. Above all the doors before Weekends pulls up. It's the paint stuff. That's not express. Maybe it's... I'm still confused. Bye, Amy. The opened locker ones will close the locker squares. The light above it? Oh, the light's always above it. Huh.
Take that!
You and your fucking eye drops.
Take that!
Bro, I'm gonna steal your eyes in a minute. I might just give up in a moment. And aka just ask for the answer. Okay, it is the light. I just need to press the light at the correct time.
Take that!
I didn't even mean to press it that time! My eyes, they hurt. I am in such a good mood right now. Trust me. I did always notice the light. I just thought it like was indicating it was open or something. I don't know. I've already pressed the light before he appears. I need to know when to press the light is the thing. I guess.
Take that!
Isn't it strange? Eye drops. Courtney opens it or walks over. I feel like I've done that, but I can try.
Take that!
Finally! The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer Meekins. Sir, do you mean me, sir? I knew there's so many things that were different, but no. And I understand that the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint if it's a match. The light turns on and the lock is released. The light was always on. Thanks, Arcade, for the help. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. I'm gonna take a break in a minute because I finished my coffee and I need some sort of drink because it's turning up to like 1,000,000 pages of reading. But we've made some progress and I'll probably only be like 5 minutes max. When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind to a little earlier. Here, notice the light. What's this? It's already lit! Close your most point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Ah. Yes! It was the fucking, like, a miniature pixel. Basically, the door was already open before the person opened it, so therefore the fingerprint doesn't really matter. It was like the fucking... It was like 5 pixels of light and you had to press it at the exact right time. So fucking stupid, but yeah. Order, what's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. But the locker's locks are controlled by an electronic system. The glove was keeping it open. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered. And the locker is automatically locked. I know, it must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The glove was, like, put in the locker in a specific way, where it, like, so that it was, the door was slightly open, but wasn't locked. The glove fell out of the locker as it was opened. Like, that's an actual genuine theory, not any of the bullshit theories I do. Your Honor, the sensor would detect and report any malfunction. This goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes. Why isn't the locker locked? I do, actually. Me, Your Honor? The glove, the glove, the glove, the glove, the glove, the glove. Phoenix, Phoenix, shut up, okay? Listen to me. The glove. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, the glove! Yes! This is what I'm saying! Listen to me, I'm a genius sometimes, not when it's fucking 5 pixels at 3 AM, 0.9 milliseconds, but when it's something that's always just a fucking glove falling out. Something you have the sensor say. There's something else that seems out of place in the video. Yeah, I thought so too. There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage. And I know what it is! Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, please point out the cause for this. The glove, the glove, the glove, the glove, the glove, the glove. See, like, I've been struggling with this fucking video for so long, now I actually know what I'm doing. I'm like, yes. You little bastard. Don't know why I call the glove a little bastard. Please watch closely. This is a continuation of the part I showed earlier. The binky curve. What's this? Something white felt locker. Sir, that's a glove. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out of doors when they are opened. I often fall out and roll great distances when I open my car door, sir. You can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggered the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensors and the door? Inserted? Poor Meekins. Pulling out a card. Okay, red circle. I don't have a button that does a red circle, however, I do have a button that brings up the gay pride flag. I'm hoping they won't watch, or else I look stupid. I have a button that does that. Close enough. That was the reason I implemented the gay pride flag button. Don't remember the reason. It was in, like, 2023. I think it was to do with Ace Study, actually. I think Miles Edgeworth was being a little bit too broody. But I have the gay button. I can just toggle the gay flag on and off. I just found the button number. There we go. Anyway. I mean, he's not straight. The white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get on my patrol vehicle, sir. Aw, poor Meekins. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me. The object would have to be extremely thin in order to do that. Because it's a fucking glove! They see a glove in the video and they're like, oh, this weird white object. Do you see the fingers? It is a glove. Gloves can be thin. There are those gloves you get at, like, the fucking doctor place, and yeah, it's like, those are like papery thin. You can get like really thin fucking gloves. It's a glove. We don't. Why can't Phoenix Wright just shout and be like, hey guys, it's a fucking glove? Why are you just looking at it and be like, oh, this strange little white object? I sure wonder what this white object that could be jamming the door is. It needs to be really thin, as if thin gloves don't exist. Average Ace Attorney crash out. It would need to be an insulator. A glove. Gloves insulate. Fucking. There just might have been something that fits the description. The glove in the fucking video! Are they blind? Maybe it just needs the eye drops. I don't know what Edgeworth's excuse is though. But sir, by insulator you don't mean... I think I finally got this figured out. Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence? This will surprise everyone. The bloody glove! The glove that you see in the video footage falling out of the locker. It is the white object that blocked the door. Just a little bit. Like earlier, when I was struggling, it was like, because it was like 5 fucking pixels. But now like I'm actually onto something, it's like so rage-inducing slightly. I found this in the locker, a thin rubber glove, but we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. You saw a white thing that has 5 fingers fall out of the locker. It was a tag that says the SL9 incident. Yes, and it was the evidence. That was the evidence. But also the fact that they look the exact same. The video seems to depict the victim opening a locker. That isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened the locker. Is that not so, Officer Meekins? Sir. It would appear so, sir. Order, order! I want to get to the next part and then I want to take like a short break to make some tea, but they keep yapping. So are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Your Honour. Would do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Sir, me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke? Very well, begin your testimony. Okay, we're going to take a short break so I can make some tea and not die. I don't know why I said not die. I mean, yeah, not have my voice die, I guess. Yeah. Let me just... Okay guys, I'm back. Why my life changed? But it's funny Zelda says that though, because Darius T is from the Persona dungeon, which is like meant to be a strip, meant to be like a club. It's gonna be a very adult club, but you know, it is fine. Anyway, let's ace this attorney. And hopefully have minimal crash outs. I was gonna start posting every crash out I have on TikTok. Maybe I can make a YouTube short of me having a crash out at Ace Attorney. There's one thing that proves that the man was Detective Goodman, sir. His ID card. He could have stolen the bloody ID card. To enter the evidence room, one must need their ID card. If an ID card is used, it's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Have you heard of theft? An ID card record, I see. I have the ID card, the record, right here, Your Honour. ID used to 514 is that of the victim. Have you heard of theft? Just before the crime. Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were so few people using this room? It's a thing the evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Be too, though, it doesn't make much of a difference. There was only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared by noon. Right, I see. Let's move on to the cross-examination. The one thing that proves it was Detective Goodman. Wasn't his ID at the other site, though? Like, his ID was at the parking lot, the evidence place. I swear that's where we found it, was at the parking lot. Now I'm just gonna press. But like your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you? Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. My hand wasn't bandaged, wrapped in bandages. I'd even give a V for a victory sign, sir. Did he just use his right hand for that? Let's hear him out fully. As we've seen, one never knows what he might say until the very last second. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. Oh, I meant to press it! I forgot to. I'm confused. What? The problem with IDs? Oh, it's like... thinking too hard. Is that card hanging from your neck one of these ID cards? This time I have to. Yes, sir. This card right next to my cuffs, sir. I keep it here so I won't ever forget it. But what if someone were to steal it from you? Exactly! This is what I'm saying! You can get out in the open like that. Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. And when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out of my car, well, the remaining time is my ID card that gets stuck. Aww. Instead of the door closing, my ID card tricks me. Maybe I should just leave this one alone. Anyway, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. So someone just stole his ID card and then put it where his body was found. Like, simple. I don't know how this proves anything else in the case, but like, you know. There's a record of it. Oh, I meant to press. How could I say it could be stolen? I mean, how could I say it could be stolen? Record of it. Let it be noted that this is the record the witness referred to. Let me see. Yes, that would be it, Detective Goodman. What's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, my name is on here. We already went over this. So it is, Your Honour. I swear I went over this before. Not the prosecutor again. Mummy, is that man in blue a murderer? Sure, don't say that. You told the wrong colour, kid. It would seem the inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today. I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let's continue with the cross-examination. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. It's so difficult for him. Found the crime detective who used his card. Earlier, I believe you testified when you asked the man to show you his ID card. He pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir, he didn't show me any ID card, sir. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Maybe he was just panicked? Everything stems from contradictions, so let's point them out. Mr. Wright, what do you think? I'm confused. What? The problem with ID cards testimonies is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth is to miss something like this. I'm thinking too hard about it, come on this. I know what the answer is, it's just how do I... Maybe it's... this is the point where we save. There's only one thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. The ID. How does one prove it was assault? Given to Edgeworth King, prosecutors on the day of the murder. The murder weapon usually in Edgeworth's toolbox. Blue Badger. Diary an hour and a half at 4 PM. Muffler, parking lot. Victim shoe. Switchblade knife. ID card record, fingerprint set, screwdriver. Wait, the lost item. He lost... He filled out... he was... Oh yeah, he was filling out a lost item. So his card got stolen. That's how I say it. The lost item report. But where do I say it? Hi, Arcade. I've got a point. I'm just figuring out how to prove said point. When an ID card is used as a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had to use his. It doesn't say anything about there only being one ID card. But Bruce Goodman was in the middle of filling out a lost item thing. So it's entirely plausible that his ID card was stolen. But how does one represent that? Need the ID card. When an ID card is used as the record of it, yes. The time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Maybe here? Just check the other items. I mean, that seems like the most obvious evidence.
Objection!
Over my own officer meetings. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. Are you telling me for once I actually chose the correct time to show something? Yeah! This is what I was saying! Phoenix, we're on the same wavelength! For once! I'm so glad. I don't have to crash out at you right now. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. No, the other crime scene. The other place he got stabbed. I know it wasn't the same guy. It's just still funny saying organized in two places at the same time. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honour, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. A lost item report? It's only half complete. Yeah, because he got stabbed, stabbed, sliced, sliced before he could finish it. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess. You believe this something was to be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Hell yeah. Order, order. No, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Yeah. Order, order, order. Does the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Right. Let me just... Yeah? Anyway. Bravo, Mr. Right. Bravo. Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes? What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in the video is a fake, and the murderer in the evidence room, is also a fake, yes. So he was not stabbed in two places at the same time. I know, it's shocking information that. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. The actual murder was in the parking lot, which is the one Lana is accused of. So therefore, Officer Meekins, you're probably clear and good to go. However, we still have to prove Lana's innocence, and she is like somehow like the people's innocence you have to prove. It's like yeah, there's a picture of me stabbing the guy. I'm saying I killed him as well. I am taking the full blame for this. But actually they didn't kill him. You know. That is, well, I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. 8? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. This isn't going to end well. Well, well, well. Seems you finally realised exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Oh, it's about the Lana stuff. So sorry, I think my toast is thinking himself. The fact that we haven't proved Lana's innocence at all. We've only proved Meekins' innocence. So yourself, Mr. Edgeworth, the defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means the murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot, at the prosecutor's office. The murderer being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. I can't believe we've done so much, and we're still not like any closer to proving Lana's innocence. Like, girly. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness. Observe the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. Ah! But like, she didn't do it. I don't know who did it, but she didn't. And your testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And why did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose? The victim in the evidence room was Cowboy McCowboy. Officer Marshall, that guy. The only murder because he had the bloody handprint on the locker. Yeah. So it was the blood of Meekins probably. Because he got Meekins' blood on him, and then as he was walking out, he must have touched the locker, left the bloody footprint, not bloody footprint, bloody handprint, and yeah. Trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Stop doing your freaking bow, bro. So he did that, and then he went and murdered freaking... I don't know. I don't know. Something happened, that's for sure. Just so Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana... Okay, we got this. What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Object! All or nothing. One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting. I'm gonna save the game, actually. Slot 4. Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecutor's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. I can't wait for Marshall to show up. I can't wait to do my amazing fake Texan accent again. Yep. It is so amazing. However, it cannot be said that this is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is what I was on about. Me and Phoenix Wright are on the same wavelength for once in our lives. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, sure. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Officer Marshall! Officer Marshall! Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident of the police department to be unrelated. We've not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. But we have Officer Marshall! Officer Marshall! Officer Marshall! This might be my chance. Officer Marshall. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand! You guys get to experience the Texan accent again. I see you guys going to leave Twitch, but do not do that. The Texan accent is something that is beautiful and should be heard by all, yes. I'm gonna have to voice a Texan crash out. That's something I've always wanted to do. Find, of course, Texas Rangers and stand. Mr. Wright, do you mean, Your Honor? The defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh? Whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name, before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify. What is his or her name? Jake Marshall, age 33. Officer, Jake Marshall. Why him? I can't let Edward know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he is responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is sub-repeated. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess. Woo! We got somewhere. District Court, defendant lobby number 2. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall? It seems you've figured everything out. I haven't figured anything out. Real. Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma. You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. Lana, let us save you. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? I we're not interrupting anything, pals. Never, Gumshoe. You should never change. You are quite literally the best. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Yeah, it's pretty for the best. Wait, have gumshoe. What is this? You've got a lot of nerve power making a detective run all around while on duty. And stop it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, detective. You better be. Oh, hey. I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky. That's okay, so, figure what I asked? Oh, you mean this, right? That was such a thing. That was such a bunch of words to voice. My god. Oh. You mean this, right? My apologies, detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was supposed to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? Don't mind her. She's cool. Over the years, but I have thought it was you who asked me. Can I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? The SL9 incident. I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. Crazy? I was crazy about still be in a room. A room with rats. The rest would be crazy. The SL96? The SL96! What's wrong with me? For context, Amy, since I don't know how much you know about Ace Attorney, but there's something called the DL6 incident, which was like really major before. So that's just like in my brain chemistry. So sometimes I go I keep going DL6 or SL96 apparently. Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them. So here I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them. I can't believe you, Chief Prosecutor, were a witness in that case. Miss Sky was a witness? Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murders. I don't think most people do. Oh what, now that I've brought you your stuff, you're just going to ignore me? Emma? But why? Why is your name in here? What? My name's in that? I don't know unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 is that... That's the classification number the police filed it under. Oh. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as... the Joe Darky killings. The Joe Dark? No! No, Lana! That's over with! No! What happened? Emma, wait! She ran away. You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Bro finally has, like, relevance. Well, like... We just called in the Texan man. We got through the video part. We got through all of Meekin's testimonies. The thing is, the first answer for the video part, right, was, like, really obnoxiously stupid. Then the second bit was, like, a glove, which I pointed out, and knew it was that, and, like, I had it, like, from the moment, right? And they just took forever to get to the bloody point. Like, I got it all right and stuff, but they just took forever to get to the point. They were like, huh, a white object fell from the locker. How could this have jammed the locker? And I was just like, it's a glove. We found a glove. I have a glove. It's a glove. And it's like, a white object. How can we prove this is the same? The fingers in the fucking glove. It's a glove. You can clearly see it's the glove in the video. White object. It's a fucking glove. I was having a full-blown crash out. It wasn't even like I was getting anything wrong. I was just crashing out at how long it was taking them. Jake Marshall, Angel Star. We're about to witness a cowboy crash out, and my terrible Texan accent is what we're about to get. Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Average Ace Attorney stream, I crash out. I just start posting all my crash outs on TikTok. I posted the one where I started talking to my power plushie on TikTok, and someone commented, like, most valid Ace Attorney crash out. No, I didn't figure out that part, technically. Like, I didn't figure that out, but then they were like, okay, look at the video again, what could have caused the door to, like, be open? And I was like, oh, the glove that fell out of it must have been jammed. Like, that was so obvious to me. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't just be a coincidence. Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright, best of luck. Let's take a good look at this file. Hopefully I can finish this today. We got through the first half of the trial though. Well, the first half of the third day of the trial. I think there's no any more than 3 days. We're getting there. We are getting there. Now, the trial letter. Hopefully we do that within, like, the next 2 hours. And then I can jump up and down and celebrate that I finally completed the first game in the Ace Attorney trilogy. Well, technically I have, because this is technically a bonus trial, but, you know, it's whatever. I will take a short break from Ace Attorney though when I finish this trial before I start the second of the trilogy's trials. Okay, I'm gonna do like 1 or 2 streams playing Say the Princess. It might even only be 1 stream. I don't know. Depends if I don't know if I want to be a completionist. I just want to play it. But we're now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Emma didn't come back. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. Texas accent time! Texas accent time! Texas accent time! Officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Hell yeah. Witness, please state your name and occupation. My partner? Oh, I was just a man same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yeah, yes, we get it. I know, you're a patrolman. We're always doubting that. As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out. Don't say oh god at me. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Howling wind? I've never heard it ever described that way before. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sand. No paper can sum it up. Maybe it's best we go on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. That said, I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. You had a bloody fingerprint on a locker. I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I particularly care for your beard. But you don't see me complaining. Ooh, get him. Wait a minute. What do you mean 2 security systems? I mean the security camera and the ID card reader. I reckon a cowpoke like you would know about those 2. I don't want to say something like this. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint activated locks on the evidence locker? Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickey are those? It's not being very helpful. It's not like with machines. Oh, we're following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. Day of the crime. My job is to keep a wary eye on the bone orchard.
Hold it!
Press everything? I was thinking to keep an eye on the evidence room. I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. Their room's so still, every time, even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who interred the recordings. You interred them? Videos, nothing out there useful. When the time will come, I'd erase the tape. Nothing unusual is recorded. Tapes ought to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I'd erase the tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. There. This guy has a plan for dramatics. but it isn't going to do him any good. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Because of the bloody handprint. And you heard a word I said, partner? I told you, that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No, Desperado. I know that rules get in his way. Who Desperados? I know. Join the police force. So, Officer Marshall, the day of the crime. Just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. That is a lie! You had a bloody handprint on the locker? This is the best Texan accent. For us. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Do you want to know what I want to know what he knows about? His handprint with blood on a locker. Sorry, partner, I can't say I do. I haven't eaten an egg ripped in weeks. Out of the sky, avoid being fired. Besides, the room was protected by two security systems anyway. You used to be a detective, so you used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course, back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence. And yet you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, partner, I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. That's quite incredible. Potential lockers' handles cannot be seen. It's well known that detectives are unaware of their presence. Now that you mentioned it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too. At any rate, it doesn't seem like this is relevant to the crime. Can you please tell us what you were doing when the crime took place? This is probably where I present the evidence. But I'm still going to press it anyway and then present it in a second. Just need to put my headphones. What are you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel steak lunches can beat the powerless Venegola Cynthia Pastor. Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duty to eat some noodles? So real. What the hell? How can you say this to me? The Texas accent is so, like, hip and down with the kids and cool, you know? This is not the best accent ever. Nick and Brandon, they got nothing on this. Loving that Scottish accents. This is like peak fake accent material, you know? I'm gonna go, like, ride some horses and go wrestle some cows, you know? And I watch enough Young Sheldon to do a real good Texas accent, you know? They definitely taught this in Young Sheldon. I'm gonna lasso you before you can shoot or stab me, mate. I don't think they say mate in Texas. I think that is an Australian and British thing. But, like, me too. I love Young Sheldon. It's like the most random show for me to have watched, but I love it. Okay, I'm gonna stop using the Texan accent, but I'm not voicing Officer Marshall. I just did it just then to annoy Flamin', but... Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. That's not what I mean. You see, with every other character, I do voices for them, but I forget their voice. I think the only consistent voice I have is Emma and Maya basically share the same voice to me. And I have, like, cool woman voice for some characters, and then Miles I make really edgy. Venus I just give my voice. The Judge I can't be asked. Just depends, I guess. That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson. That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says, do you not want to raise this year? I'm just an innocent traveling man. Ammo, so I'm hit the trail. Out of ammo, Officer Marshall? That's right, partner. Or as you'd call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me on this crime, then you better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My still horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I'm trying to about my save. It's best to listen before I use it though. I better up the ante. Before I use it, I better up the ante. Okay. The blood handprint. I'd not mean to look at it. Objection! Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being forced to testify like this? After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. It's quite simple, really. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects. That is, making my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. Yeah. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene? The blood was wiped away, however. A luminal test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall? About the blood-stained fingerprints? Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints. Found at the scene of the crime. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. My, that's such a coincidence. That definitely happened. The murderer just locked away my fingerprints was by chance. But it's only your fingerprint there! Otherwise the fingerprints would have, like, both been there! You aren't making... You aren't. No. Just shut up. The blood-stained and the fingerprints are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know that the murder... Or didn't you... I guess the murderer could have been wearing gloves. Ugh. Didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See? I had nothing to do with it. The witness's explanation appeared solid. Although there's room for doubt, life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. He does that all the time. I don't know what he's shaving at this point. It's like his body idle animation is shaving. So at this point, I don't know what he's shaving. He's been shaving for like the past 5 days. Not 5 days, 3 days, but close enough. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Am I too low down sitting like this? It's fine. This guy's hiding something? I can feel it. Nothing else to prove it. So true. I need actual evidence room. That's because you, how did you put it, pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happened to be mine. What do you mean? I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. I see. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without even knowing it. updated. One just happened to be at the same place. So then, what about the bloody handprint? Wasn't mine, it's no mystery. Please explain. My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. On the contrary, one could argue the opposite of the chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't getting no reward from me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Unrelated? They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. One's gotta do a breakfast while the other's a type of murder. That's not a comparison. He's right, although seemingly alike, they're totally different. I don't see what homosexuals, that's definitely what the word says, yep, have to do with this. Or didn't you know that the murderer was wearing gloves? How do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a bloodstain at the scene, which we left by the murderer. That's right. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. So that would mean the murderer wearing gloves happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's hand fingerprint. That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner? The picture? The seal of blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this. Security tape? As long as my trail isn't there, you can't say otherwise. Well, we don't know who it was in the video. So anyway, Mr. Wright, please consider carefully where you're going to go with this cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall. Too bad it was me in the video, right, partner? What do you mean by that? You want to tie me to this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. But the video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots? Places you can't see. The camera is panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. Bro fucking crawled across the floor. No, 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 no. Get me away from the security camera. I don't want to see the security camera. I don't want to talk to the security camera. I have security camera trauma. If someone was familiar with the camera's position... Oh wait, that's Phoenix, not Texas, man. Sorry Phoenix, I have to make you Texan for a second. They could leave the room without being called to tape. We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now. What if I just, like, died instead? Listen, Moon, can you believe this? Can you believe this information? Can you believe the fact that we have to do this again? Can you believe this? Tilly, can you believe this? Can you? This is why I have a power plush next to me. It's so I can crash out appropriately. I've also got a dinosaur. The randomest stuff in my room. And I've got my anime figures behind me. Like the shirtless man, Galdoro. Is his title. Very well. Allow me to point out our mistake. The mistake, Master. Very carefully, Mr. Wright. We might wind up being the one making a mistake. I'm gonna save. No. I realised that the first slot isn't. I meant to save in the first slot. You know what? It's fine. I know what I'm doing. I'm not a nerd. Who's a nerd? Now then, let's have another look at the video. First, the incriminating evidence of the witness. Officer Jake Marshall. Good thing I saved, because this time I can lose health. Jesus. The cloth! That was the one thing I pointed out in the video last time that wasn't relevant. It's got to be the cloth. 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 It's got to be the law. The cloth. I just laughed. Amy, sigh. I don't need to watch this all again, I can just fast forward it. It's got to be the plot. That's the only thing that I noticed last video that was like relevant, but wasn't, yeah. Bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake that I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Hell yeah. I am so smart. This one's so much better than the first one. Yes, you can clearly be seen in the video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. But how did he get that into there? Okay. That locker with the white cloth sticking out, that was the victim's, I believe. Now then, let's rewind to the video a bit. I was right, it was Detective Goodman's clothes! I thought it was. No, let's rewind the video a bit. Yeah. At least it wasn't 5 fucking pixels at a certain time. Oh, the white cloth, it's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? In the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened the locker when the camera was turned away. Order, order, it would seem. Hold your horses. Sorry, partner. You got the wrong man. So what if my locker was opened? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. Fingerprints. Fingerprints. Fingerprint. Lock. Fingerprint. Open door. That door not open before. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. Not my fault he had to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? 'Cause you are, broski. This guy's just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah, I call you bluff. You say I opened the dead lock and they'll prove it. Evidence locker. Only the assigned detectives can unlock it. The indicator lamp lights up when it's open. I don't need to look at it. I do not need to look at it.
Take that!
Take that! A fingerprint sensor? We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detective they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? Hell yeah, get him, Phoenix! Aurora is stressing. Texas crash out, Texas crash out, Texas crash out. I want to do a fake Texas accent crash out. No! I don't know how to say no in a Texas accent when it's all dramatic, like. Order, order, order. Witness, explain yourself. This is a joke. It's the worst joke I've ever heard. I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now please, tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. Ole, please answer the question. What is he now, a bullfighter? That's alright, Officer Marshall. What's better, Danganronpa crash outs or Ace Attorney crash outs? I can't even reference the Danganronpa crash outs because Clayman hasn't played Danganronpa yet. And the main one I go to quote, like, says the culprit's name, so yeah. And that's the only one that's the only Danganronpa crash out I know off the top of my head, so. I believe we can figure the rest out from here. We can? Have a look at these floor plans. There is no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. The Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right. The only possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime?
Take that!
That. Officer Marshall was standing right here. There, but that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was. Correct, unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you dressed up like Detective Goodman.
Objection!
Yeah, get him. That's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene, but he didn't see his face. We went over this earlier, Edward. Despite the fact he was getting stabbed, he did not make eye contact. Which is so real, I hate eye contact. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure.
Objection!
He had facial blindness, just like me. Meekins like me for real, for real. May I point out though that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir. Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond? He suddenly pulled a knife on me. My chat just turned into Meekins fans. Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Guess he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so... Because he didn't look like he did on the ID card, so then Officer Meekins would have known that he wasn't the correct person. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card. Oh, I get it. If he showed that, his cover would be blown. Officer Meekins would have realised the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? You've got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it? Okay, he's like the only person that's like in the chat that's played this trial, and they're the only, and they forgot who Meekins is, but everyone else in this is like, Meekins, woo! You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. That's the second time he said that. Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim? Well, come back in. I don't have anything like that. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. Ugh, this can't be happening. So obviously he's the one. What can I do? It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall and you've no place to go, return to the basics. The basics? For me, that would be what Mia told me. Phoenix, try thinking outside the box. I shouldn't look for proof Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think his locker was open in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yeah, he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later, as it has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. It's because he ran into Meekins and panicked? According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. And after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that. He opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth? Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot. Very well, let's take yet another look at the security tape. Another one? Another one? After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker. I don't want to hear this music again. I've played these games before, and I didn't like them. I also realized that I didn't save.
Take that!
I didn't mean to press! I didn't mean to press. Okay, we're gonna save here, because at least we're at the video, and like, I'm at full health-ish anyway, so like... We're gonna save here. Da 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 da. Why? So I could stuff you in there? Huh? I'm sure the one we got to place without you. Unfortunately, unsolved case can't be stored. Now I'm unsolved case. Why is it this time? Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. White cloth is sticking out. He opened. Perhaps the video is the answer. Let me save it here instead. That's closer to, yeah. Okay. I didn't even mean to press then. I'm just doing so good at losing any health. Okay. Why did he need to put it in the locker? Because he got blood on it! That's the bit where he gets blood on it. Well, obviously it's when he stabs the guy. For some reason you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman and enter the evidence room, though I don't know to what end yet. However, something unexpected happened. Let's go! Officer Meekins barged in on you and asked to show your ID card. You pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked And the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. Let's freaking go. I would still be at full health if I didn't accidentally click earlier. That's crazy. I think the first video that it didn't give you health penalties. I think they realized it was too mean because of how specific it was. A bloody white coat? You couldn't just walk out like that. So you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner. We're near a cowboy Texan crash out. Now then, Officer Marshall. Are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated you. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now. Now would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. Alright. It seems the time has come. Marshall's confession? I had to do it that day. I just couldn't stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. I managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. So the supposed victim was really you. But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor. It was way too much blood to be a small donation. Because I'm buying let him die. It's obviously talking about the SL9 incident. When you say itch, you mean... How did he know to block the door if he didn't know about the fingerprint scanners? Do you even have to ask, partner? The SL9 incident. 2 years have passed since the case was closed. It was going to completely end with transferal that day. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident is not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only that case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says about it. That case is mine. Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it? That day was my last chance. That's why I stole his next ID card and rushed up as him. Okay. You guys have fun on Fortnite. I thank you for leaving the stream on because views. Wait, there are 6 people watching. What the hell? Ah. Maybe one day I will get affiliate. Why did you decide to talk to Detective Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transfer, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera? And the detective's ID card? I stole it the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out the lost item report. I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight? What do you mean, partner? But still, who killed Officer Marshall? Not Officer Marshall. Officer Goodman. I mean, the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself. But you could have because the wrong glove just so happened to get stuck in the door. Oh my god. What are the chances? That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. I was expecting Officer Meekins, I knocked him out. He pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off. Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that sharp time. Officer Meekins certainly is a 1 in a million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID. I'll have to think a little more about his race this year. Aww. When did Edgeworth get so much influence? Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way. With me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? I don't know what to say. Why is he even allowed a knife in court? Like, I don't feel like he should be. So you knocked Officer Meekins out and managed to escape. I knew which areas would put on the camera. So, you did your research beforehand? Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security takers have raced every 6 hours before gone to plan, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. I was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby. What you're saying is on that day, there wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. What, are you blind? The victim shown on the tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole evidence from the locker. Actually, no I didn't. Why not? When I opened the logger, the evidence was already gone. Oh my god. What, Mr. Edgeworth? Where is the evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor. What if it was the lunch lady and the guy? Because it seems like there's too much for it all to be one person. Like, there's too many conflicting things. The government's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall. Oh, it's probably Goodman that took the evidence from the locker. May I ask you one thing? Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer? This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. You can't be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. How to forget the SL9 incident? You know why. This case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Joe Dark was convinced of his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved a sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involves serial murders, didn't it? I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothered me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I just said some of that incident. Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. I have a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I better take another look at the files. So it's to do with this. Perpetrator Joe Dark. Crime, serial murder. Sentence, death. I think you're sentenced to death. Victims. Edward Jones. Wait a second. Neil Marshall. That guy is called Officer Marshall. I feel like that's his relative or something. Yeah, because he's Officer Jake Marshall. Neil Marshall. Rachel's. Jason Knight. Jeb. Head Prosecutor. Miles Edgeworth. Witnesses Lana Sky, Emma Sky. Oh my god. Executive Investigators. Damon Gaunt, Lana Sky. Head Investigators. Bruce Goodman. Investigators Jake Marshall, Angel Star. Yeah. Jake Marshall. Neil Marshall. I'm on to something. But when do I present it? Here seems like the correct time to present it. Objection! Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. In a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall, are you related to this man? Neil Marshall? Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago, he received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? Yeah, I've been drinking carrot juice, not cactus juice. I'm a fucking rabbit. I mean, not in the IRL universe, but now jump criticism is happening in a lap's life. I've got the constant jump criticism mentality. Prosecutor? He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. The case fell into your hands. But what is his relation to you? He was my brother. Aww. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gaunt. This is like the... All these other portraits are like kind of funny. This one's just sad. He like took his hat off in respect. Aww. The then Deputy Chief of Police. The group of detectives I was a part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. Aww, so it was like a sacrifice. He was arrogant and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least going to the public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. That's it? That's your reason for your insane actions? There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with this resolution, Officer Marshall plans to steal the evidence. But how does any of this prove Lana's innocence? Because Detective Goodman is still dead. And there's not really enough proof that Officer Marshall could have killed him. So like himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, that mystery has finally been cleared. No murder took place at the police department that day. The things that happened by chance never ceased to amaze me. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, the fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance? It's got to be more than that. Yeah. But no one's murdered at the police department on the day of the crime. That means the murder in the prosecutor's parking lot was the real one. Yeah. Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Lana Skye. Fucking hell. I know it wasn't her, but I still don't have reasons why it isn't her. And this is the third day of the bloody trial. And we're at the last part of the trial. I still don't know why it can't be her. The prosecutor Lana Skye. But wait, a verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remains the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me the boys got the draw on you, partner. All the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. And the testimony of one Miss Angel Starr is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. Arrgh! That's a noise, not a word. I rest my case. Unrest your case. Lana is innocent. Don't know why she is, but she is. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you. I didn't need to waste my time just proving the alleged murder at the police department. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera tape really was fake. I didn't realise that would end up proving Lana guilty. Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. The court finds the defendant. No. No. Yeah, hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Yes, Emma! Your Honor! Wait! Emma? The defense has an objection. A scientific objection! Right? What do you mean, Ray? Mr. Wright? Are you this girl's guardian? Your Honor? Oh, in a sense. Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking for is a minute of your time. Please, hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. Yay, Edgeworth. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings. Now that she mentioned it, why is she on the witness stand now? Like, doesn't I have to cross-examine her? The names of both Skye's sisters were in that file. But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprints had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint. You mean the trace of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints were found on it, right? But I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again. So did you find something? No. Huh? Sorry, I guess I'm not as much of a scientific investigator after all. Is that all? Please don't be mad at me, I'm just a high school student. Valid defense? And I'm just an attorney. She's fully just did the, you can't be mad at me, I'm a minor defense. That's basically what she just said. It's right, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. Me? Oh boy. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright, with regards to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. I mean, blood marks are troubling. Looking at the floor plan, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use, but still, if you can find anything wrong with the blood mark, Lana will be... Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. If ever I needed to concentrate, it's now. I'm gonna save. Give me a second. Well, could be wrong with the handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? I object! All or nothing! This handprint left at this crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is you're grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intensely at all these floor plans. Tell me, is this a problem with it? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something has been drawn on these? The blue badger! Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Let us pray to defense this will be trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all the evidence here, there's got to be something I can use. The question is, which item can prove something is missing from the floor plans?
Take that!
What about that piece of plywood? The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force, defender of truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here, so... So, what happens when you put him in? He's who's dancing at the time of the crime. Yeah! I'm pretty sure at some point, I think it was in the first trial, some person actually called him Mr. Wrong as like an insult. The like purple guy, like who was from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Mr. Blue or whatever. You know, I just said the Blue Badger, not entirely sure if it was right, and I think it was right. Hell yeah. I mean, it was just a gut feeling on the sea of the Blue Badger, because the Blue Badger wasn't on the floor plan and stuff, and we hadn't presented the Blue Badger yet, and I feel like it had to be relevant at some point. Well, what? That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at the spot in the water. What? So that means, just exactly what does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on the water. Don't look at me, I didn't put it there. Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically, Emma. On that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right? After we put it down, it would have been impossible to leave a handprint on the locker. So that means the blood mark was left here before the Blue Badger was brought in. Just one moment, I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honour, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once but twice. But how? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time... Someone bled prior to the struggle on this tape. It has to have been... Sorry, my dad came in for a second. Prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. I mean, it does say he was killed within an hour and a half at 5 PM. They just like kidnapped his body or something. I mean, he did enter there before. That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence when it occurred. at 4:50. The first time Detective Goodman entered the room, because the second time it was a murder. Because Officer Marshall wouldn't have entered it before. I don't know at this point, but I'm onto something, maybe. Summarized the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being caught by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in the evidence room. That's right, the blood mark on the logbook proves this. Very well, then tell us. When did the first incident occur? As Mr. Edworth said, proof must be present. Proof shows that the murder takes place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show this. Now then, will the defense please present its evidence? Not that. I thought that was the sheet. This. I just want to check it first. No, wait, it was Mike Meekins that entered twice. Oh. I don't know if I said his full name. When would Goodman have entered? Fuck. I didn't need to press that. I don't know. This is proof, it's quite simple, you see. If it's so simple, then don't get it wrong. Huh? Can I say, please? I'm at another point where I have no idea. My favourite points. The no idea points. Okay. If I was an acceptable excuse, you wouldn't need to please. The first crime took place before the Blue Badger was brought into the room, right? Say, when was the Blue Badger brought there anyway? At 4:50. So don't we have a chart listing? Oh, it is the chart! I thought it was the chart, but I got a little bit confused.
Take that!
The crime took place inside the evidence room where the killer would have had to enter it. I hate it when my gut feeling is right and then I don't go with my gut feeling. In order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card? Oh, the ID card recorder. Officer Meekins brought... We need to find out who 77777 is. Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50. Crime took place before that time, and it would be 4:40 PM. Ah, it wasn't Edgeworth, because this is a non-canon trial. We already had to prove his innocence in a canon trial. Like, it's just not going to be Edgeworth. Like, it's just not. Ah! Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done? I never would have figured you had nerve, boy. Drop the axe, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminal test that blood was there. However, the second crime took place. Both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. It's the 777 guy. That's either Officer Grant or Angel. I'm leaning towards Grant because I don't like him. Angel, you're not. I don't know if you're meant to like her, but she's pretty and I'm a lesbian, so. Yeah. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. That would mean crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the room. Let's look at the chart again. There's one quote that from when I first started playing Ace Attorney. Not the second. In the one with the, I think it's the one with the samurai. No, it's not the one with the samurai. It's the one of them that there's this lady who's the culprit, right? And she has she's like really shady lady with like all these men, and she like almost kills you, and then someone comes in time, right? And then like in a future case, you get tased by like one of the people. He just like tases you in the evidence room. I don't remember why. It was an experience. But I was like, hey, when I was like, this old man's threatening me. It was okay when the lady did it because the lady was hot. However, this guy. The only other card number remaining is 7777. That just feels like an angel star number. Like, I don't know how it starts. Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make any sense. How was that good man have entered the evidence room? They just opened the door for him. Since there's no record of his car being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. Yeah. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 77777777, just like I said. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 77777777. That's 17 too many, Your Honours. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of an ID card, at least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number 77777777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. It's Officer Grant, 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 it's Officer Grant. Yes, I don't like him. Ha! Stupid owl-looking fucker. Hi, Wexting! Someone who is so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such person's identity. But he killed someone! But that's ridiculous. Just how? I'm not finished talking. There's one situation in which we can be granted such authority. Does murder count? If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted, an official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. At least Blackson didn't miss the bad Texan accent I do. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. That's like the highlight of this chapter is the Texan accents. Yep. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I'd appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question. Yes? No, not to you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana? Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number. And it's not 77777777. Yeah, the amazing accent. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. Yes or no incident? Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. If that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Are we about to have Texas crash out? Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution of for that trial. At the time, occasionally we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least I did. Lana? I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant, what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Could you look at me and can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana, even if it involved forging evidence. So Lana committed some crimes, but I still don't think she murdered Goodman. See, that's what I'm talking about. No. No! Order! 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 Lana's remarks caused such disturbance. The chaos in the courtroom would be quelled. We have to wait until the following day! Since when has the trial been 4 days? What is this? I want to finish this trial! I want to be done with the first game of the Ace Attorney trilogy. I also realized I saved in the wrong place. This is where I wanted to save. No. Where did I? You're telling me we're going to do more investigating? Excuse me? How long is this trial? Did I say that right? Today is the 14th of March, I think. Yeah. It is. February 24th, 3:12 p.m. Wright and Co. law offices. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Here's no time we have to investigate more. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to do in order to get him the verdict he deserved. There are no of the what case, Arcade? The what? 50 hours is longer than most video games ever are. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. I have to go to end stream in a couple minutes then in that case, because there's no way I'm finishing this today, and I need to have dinner. Okay, good thing I'm not playing Spirits of Justice right now then. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do after I finish the trilogy, like... Am I going to get more Ace Attorney games in stream then? I don't know. I'm going to see. I will at least probably take a long break from Ace Attorney though, for like a while. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. What do you mean? What happened to you? It's all in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Noel Marsh. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. What did you have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to murder me. Oh my god, what the hell? Oh, he tried to kill you? Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. So that means you... Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. I didn't see that one coming. Happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of year 2. Yeah, only 1 day left probably, but like it's like probably gonna take me like an hour or two, and by then it's gonna be like 1 AM. Doesn't mean my next Ace Attorney stream is probably gonna be short, but at least that means the next one I can actually name finding out like finishing this trial or whatever, because I keep going to name stuff that I'm like, wait, I don't know if I'm going to finish it, but I've got to finish it next stream. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work, and suddenly, a terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dart. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Take Marshall's brother. Joe Dart tried to take me hostage, but before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then, what happened? Oh, I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. A permanent picture? Okay, I think we are going to leave it here though. For today, there'll be another Ace Attorney stream at some point next week. Where we will, if we don't somehow finish this trial next stream, I'm gonna like mentally crash out, which I already do every Ace Attorney stream. But now we're going to close the game. Well, I'm gonna thank you all for watching the stream, whether you liked, chatted, whatever. At one point during the stream we had 6 viewers, so like that's pretty good. I'm planning to stream tomorrow, not Ace Attorney, but I'm planning to stream Serenity probably. Well, the next Ace Attorney stream will be at some point next week. Maybe I'll stream it on like one of the earlier week slots instead of streaming Pokemon earlier in the week, because I do just want to finish the first game in the Ace Attorney trilogy. But yeah, I'll see you all next stream, hopefully. Thank you for watching, I've already said that. But, bye!